Welcome to Largest Issue in the Galaxy. Every issue in the galaxy, from frogs to smog. I am your host, Riley Brooks, here with special guest Mo Diggity.
Hi! Hi, Mo.
Now, I know this week was touted to most likely be the return of the wonderful Mr. Andrew, but, you know, he wasn't feeling up to it today, so he gets one more week off. I'll gracefully grant that to him as his king and leader.
I guess he got ripped away from the big titty tomboy girl he must have met at camp, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I would be depressed as fuck, you know, if that were the case.
That one time, the chess camp.
It's one time at chess camp? Oh my god. Riley, I gotta tell you, man, been reading some really depressing shit lately, and I think it's sort of gotten to my mood. But then I'm looking at, but I go to the Discords, sometimes I go to a Discord to find something funny. But I came to this Discord, your largest issue in the Galaxy Discord, and submitted for our approval by Spicy Salt. It's what's that fucking
Diary Kid.
Yeah, Diary of a Wimpy Kid sort of drawing, and it's just simply one square. It's, "You gotta let us go, Dad. The car crash wasn't your fault." And the dad goes, "Good one, Manny. Ha ha," says the wife. And the thing is, everyone but the husband is fucking dead, and he's being haunted by his ghosts. The ghosts of his family. There's three kids, all of them dead. One of them's an infant, and then there's the dead wife. And that just makes, I don't know if I'm depressed or if my funny bone got tickled by it, because this is, it's fucking sad, but it's also funny at the same time.
Things can be depressing and funny at the same time.
Oh, yeah. And see, here's the thing. I've been reading a lot of these comments lately, because, all right, so y'all are probably familiar with the "Are you winning, son?" fucking meme, right? Well, there was one that's a little bit similar to this one, right? The dad walks in, "Are you winning, son?" And the boy says, "The accident was your fault, Dad. You gotta let me go." And the next scene's an empty desk, and then the next scene is the dad crying. Now, I don't know about you, but I laughed my ass off at that. But when I laughed, I felt fucking bad for it, because I'm laughing at something tragic. It's kind of like if someone because I think to myself, I think I might be fucked up in the head, because I think that maybe one day some chick's going to come up to me and go, I had a miscarriage the other day, and then trip and stumble a little bit. And I would probably say something like, "Well, I wonder why." And here's the thing. I know that I'm not supposed to say that, but God, it's so fucking funny. I mean, it's kind of like, if you push a pregnant chick down the stairs, and all you hear are it's the stairs is riddled with a bunch of clown horns. So it's like, there's funny in the tragedy. And it's too bad, because in my fucked up mind, I'm focusing on the funny rather than the pregnant chick getting pushed out the stairs. It's kind of like a Family Guy's little rendition of Stewie pushing Jamiroquai down all those stairs. He just goes, and then fucking Stewie goes, "Cool." Well, that's what I think. When I look at this, and I think that I think there might be something wrong with me, Riley. I think I'm fucked up.
No, there's a lot of there's the effect of depressing funny gets pulled off a lot, and it's those jokes that's you laugh and then you're like, "Oh shit, that's sad actually."
Well, see, the reason why I even started talking about this is because wait until you get to my first problem, and you're going to understand why I'm laughing at all this stuff. because it's something that I've been dealing with for like the last like several years. But anyway, uh, how have you do? How have you been, man? What you been up to this week? How's everything going?
I've been pretty good. Everything's
How's
going
the wife
fine.
and kids?
Still dead, Jim.
Still dead, Jim. Still dead.
Still dead. No, but just to one more point on that, like depressing, funny shit. I know you've seen Dragon Ball Z, but have you watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged?
Yeah. That's the funny one, right?
Yes, the funny one. It's Dragon Ball
Yeah,
Z, but funny.
yeah. I
Like
watched that one.
one of the prime examples of depressing funny that I could think of is from that show where fucking Cell absorbs Android 18 and Krillin is fucking like crushed and he gets super angry and he flies at him like, give her back, and then Cell just fucking knocks him into a mountain.
Dude, he soccer ball kicks Krillin in the fucking head. Krillin like does that thing where like he's perpendicular for a second, but like his head doesn't leave like the center point, but all of his body is flying all around, but his giant bald head just gets boom, and he hits the fucking side of a fucking mountain. It's so goddamn funny. That's one of my favorite that's one of my favorite times.
Yeah, just the depressing funny of that scene is like he's grief stricken because the girl he's in love with just fucking got absorbed, and then he flies into Avenger and then just pew.
Well, yeah, like Krillin is just sort of I mean, Yamcha, not yeah, it is Yamcha. Yamcha is just fucking overpowered in this regard that they're just so fucking useless that there's just no point in them. And for some reason or another, I think the writers of DBZ and GBS were like, well, I like fucking Krillin. So we gotta power him up a little bit. Hmm, but for
Krillin
the
is strong as
longest,
fuck now.
oh yeah, for the longest time, dude, he couldn't even take down a Cyberman. Just couldn't, just a little bitch, and he just gets his ass kicked over and over and over.
Well, no, he
And
ended up being
finally,
stronger than the Cybermen. He cuts like three of them in half at the same time.
oh, did he do that? I thought it
Yeah.
was one of those where he got like, because I know him and Gohan for a while got his ass kicked. Or no, that must have been Yamcha and
Yeah,
Chaozu.
Yamcha and Kaozu got their ass. Well, Yamcha in particular definitely got his ass kicked by a Cyberman.
God, he
Um,
is fucking beyond useless. Like I especially love in streams where someone picks Yamcha and then they fucking wreck the shit out of like Ultra Instinct fucking Gogeta or something. Like, dude, you got like
yeah,
too
Yamcha's
good.
really good in fighters.
Well, yeah, I mean, I imagine so because he has to be good somewhere. It's just not ever in the series.
No,
And
what's really funny is the dialogue in fighters. There's like dialogue when like the fighters like meet up, and sometimes it's customized to those fighters in particular. And the funniest thing, like I laughed so hard the first time I encountered this, is if you match up Yamcha and Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Super Saiyan Blue Goku will charge up and then he'll say, Yamcha, are you sure you want to do this?
like, well, if I don't, I'm not going to get any better. But dude, I can fart on you and blow you to pieces.
Yamcha's dialogue isn't even customized, and that makes it even funnier. Goku's like, Yamcha, are you sure you want to do this? And then Yamcha's like, I'm going to beat you with my wolf fang fist.
Dude, I heard rumors that the people who actually write Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball everything in Japan, that the creator of the show fucking hates Yamcha, and that's why he always gets it in the ass.
Oh,
Every fucking
no.
arc in every
That might
series.
be true. That might be true, but I don't think it is. But the main one that he hates, actually, the creator of Dragon Ball hates Tien. That's the thing.
Tien?
That's why he gets his ass kicked so much in like modern shit, is because the writers hate him.
I hated the fact that wasn't he in the Tournament of Power along with everyone else?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got his ass kicked pretty early too. I think he was one of the first gone.
Dude, all I gotta say is Master Roshi was the MVP of that fucking entire goddamn thing. I think he eliminated like 4 or 5 freaking people and just kept kicking ass over and over and over until Vegeta's fucking sorry jobber ass finally bailed him out and goes, "Ugh, you're defeated." Goddamn phone, fuck. Every fucking time. I hate the fucking phone. But no, like seriously though, like can we talk for just a quick sec about how absolutely useless Vegeta is, like as a character, as a person, just as everything. Like there's nothing to
Well, he's
him at all.
like the fourth strongest person in the universe, so he can still do shit. It's just that he doesn't really get the chance to.
Well, no, he gets his dude. He's kind of like an overpowered Yamcha. Like he just does the job every single time, and he's basically Vegeta is basically in the way all the time. It doesn't matter if he goes to say like Yardat. I'm referencing the manga for anyone who's following along. Doesn't matter if he goes to Yardrat to fucking get special training. Doesn't matter if he went and fucking trained under Whis for like months at a time.
Oh, have you been reading the Super manga?
I've been reading a little bit. Like I go to the channel that I upload the podcast and my other videos to, and I kind of watch different shit on that channel. So my recommendeds are like Dragon Ball Super stuff or Dragon Ball lore and manga and shit like that. So I have a bunch of cool anime Dragon Ball stuff to check out.
I'm just glad they give Gohan his due in the manga. I was when I heard about how Gohan was handled in the Tournament of Power in the manga, I'm like, holy shit, they actually fucking justified his character.
I see. That's the thing too, man. I don't like. I haven't liked fucking. I haven't liked Gohan since like after the fucking Cell Saga. He's another one that's just absolutely in the way.
He fucking dude, in the manga, in the Tournament of Power, I've already told you about this on the MoCast, but in the manga, he fucking ties with Kefla, a goddamn fusion that fights Ultra Instinct Goku in the anime. He KOs her, they KO each other, but the fact that he was that even with a fucking fusion that was on par with super powered up Goku. Gohan's back, boys.
Yeah, I mean, like in the manga, I'm pretty sure he gets a lot more respect, but in the show, it's like, all right, so the episode where Goku and Gohan fight each other to do the sparring thing, so Goku can find out how fucking strong Gohan is. Like, dude, I mean, it's like a bunch of sympathy. Like he just goes sympathy blue and sympathy Super Saiyan 2. Like, dude, he's just like, oh, okay. He's like, I'm gonna get you, Dad. Yeah. He just swings his fist like just incoherently at him. He's like, oh my, and like Goku's like, oh God, let me go level 2 just to, it's kind of like a fully grown lion playing with the cub. It's like, well, I better pretend he's getting me. And when they finally do the last blow at the end of that episode, the look on Goku's face is like, oh, you did so well. I mean, not even close, but you did so well, buddy. Don't worry. I'm sure your mom's gonna baby you like a little bitch that you are and give you like some fucking ramens, like he's gonna pamper your little diaper. I do not like fucking Gohan. He's in the way. Vegeta's in the way. Get like some stronger, better people. Like get him and get Hit and get fucking someone else to take down. Like get fucking Master Roshi. Master Roshi at least pulls his fucking weight. Gohan, and I hate to say it,
Vegeta could fucking flick Master Roshi and he would shatter.
Vegeta, no, this is what's going to happen. Vegeta is going to point to himself, I'm the prince of all Saiyans, because every time he points to himself and is like, I'm the one who's going to kill Kakarot, he gets his ass beat in every single fucking fight. Like, dude, he just does the job over and over and over. Like, he's got, like, I think 1 or 2 good fights in him. Like he annihilates one of the androids, the big fat white one.
Yeah,
Android
in a really
19,
awesome one. That was fucking epic.
That was an epic fucking fight. But he just gets his ass beat over and over and over. It's fucking sad.
All right, enough of the 15 minutes before we actually start the proceedings of the fucking show.
Oh God!
Um,
Remember when we did the anime fucking episode of the MoCast, and it was at least 45 minutes of fucking Dragon Ball talk, and poor
because
fucking
I had to defend the filler. I had to be the fucking warrior to
oh,
defend.
I felt so bad for Robin, who had tons of things to talk about, and it's like me. Basically, it's basically what we're talking about right now. It's like, dude, Vegeta's a fucking jobber. Gohan's a piece of shit. It's just all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but all right, let's find out who won last episode, huh?
Ooh.
So we missed last week, so this was actually the episode you were on. So two Mo episodes in a row, guys. There you go.
Oh shit. Hey yo, it's
Hey
Mo.
yo,
Kid Groove on.
hey yo, me and Jason almost killed each other trying to record an episode last week. Well, anyway, enough about that. What was the largest issue in episode 27? Well, we got a vote, and that vote is for fast food portions, baby. Riley wins!
All right,
I win!
all
Holy shit!
right.
Dude, I win so infrequently on this show. It's crazy.
So, like, whenever you eke out a win, you've got to like really savor it, huh?
Yeah. It's so insane how it's always either Andrew or the guest. It's never fucking me.
I think you got the audience against you.
Yeah, we've established several times that I am the Maddox of this podcast.
Vote up, monkeys.
So someday me and Andrew are gonna break up and make our own shows, and Andrew's gonna be the successful one.
Oh man, that would be a bitch. Like, you know, like you don't even do anything that bad, but like you and your co-host break up and he ends up becoming the successful one. You're like, dude, why didn't you just put all your fucking, why didn't you ever put, you know, the I guess the, oh, what the fuck am I thinking of? Why don't you put the efforts, well, why don't you put the effort into this podcast that you did your own new, now successful one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get ready for fucking unsuccessful sequel podcast, the coolest argument in the galaxy with me and Mo.
Oh God.
But so yeah, I win. Yay me. I did it.
Whoop whoop.
But
I hope you feel proud of yourself. There was that dead air, and then all of a sudden, yay!
hey, I'm gonna cut the dead air, so shut the fuck up about
it. Well, now everyone knows about it.
Now everyone knows. Yeah.
I was like thinking to myself, did Riley fucking end up cutting out? Did the internet drop? It was like, no, he was just getting Groovebot. Like you said.
Yeah, I don't have an actual soundboard, so I have to use Groovy when I want to play shit.
Groovy pal, yeah.
But I think it's time to get into some issues of the large variety.
Oh, good.
So, here comes my issue. This is a big controversial one. People aren't going to like this one.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. My first issue. Disney and school detractors.
Ooh, this sounds interesting. Elaborate.
So, Mo, have you been keeping up with the news of the world lately?
Unfortunately, yeah, and I've just become angrier and angrier every single day. I've had to like step away from my Twitter, so I'll stop screaming "fuck you" and go "fuck yourself" every 15 minutes. Like, dude, I've had to delete tweets. Like when
yeah, I remember when you went off really salty on like reporters, and I was like, and I quoted you back to yourself. I'm not going to burn down this account. This is a good one.
Yeah, and that was a really good idea. That was a really good thing you did, because I went back and deleted like 3 days worth of fucking tweets after that. I was like, oh god, this was a little bit over the line. I told you to kill yourself on that one. Oof. Okay. So like I've been doing really good, except the other day I stand by. Oh, please go fuck yourself. When someone said, at least he didn't use the problematic "in God we trust." Ew, religion. Ew, secularism. Like, dude, fuck yourself.
He did the
Like,
religion.
dude, you realize what kind of nation we're in, right? Anyway, I got mad, so like I've been really off of Twitter lately. I've been over at Parlor, and it's not bad,
Oh
but
God.
well, okay. If you don't fucking if you don't follow every fucking Republican that they suggest to you,
It's all
it's
Republican. Dude, the reason Parler exists is because fucking Twitter deleted Trump's tweet. We all had to get off Twitter. They censored the president.
well, I'll go ahead and give them that. At least when Twitter does something fucking dumb, it's good for the alternatives, because I think we really need a better fucking. We don't even need a Twitter alternative. We just need an alternative to talk. Like I don't care what your opinion is, unless you're posting swastikas or telling
It's Discord. If you're
suicide
looking for an
people to.
alternative to talk, it's fucking Discord, dude.
Well, yeah, but Discord also. Well, I think that you should have the reach that a
Yeah.
Twitter or a Facebook should have, and even though Discord will give that to you, you have to like grab all these people for it, and it can become a pain in the ass. Anyway, I'm totally walking on your time and on your problem, buddy. Your issue,
Yeah,
excuse
it's
me.
all right. So, the news currently trending in the news is recently a very significant location in Florida reopened its doors.
Uh
A
huh.
little location known as Disney World.
Yeah, I
Dis-
have I have a friend that works at Disney World, and like out of groups, and my groups have been my groups of online friends have been intermingling with each other, and Cart Jung and Peach Saliva had a long Twitter thread about how like fucked the opening of Disney World has gone.
um, so people need to shut the fuck up about it. First of all, Pete Saliva is one of the people who I've seen fucking complaining about it. We we have to fucking reopen. Everything has to reopen at some point. We can't just stay closed forever. So whenever something reopens, I'm happy about it. And that includes Disney World. I'm glad Disney World is reopened. And it should stay that way. And the fucking mobs on Twitter that are like, ooh, they're gonna get the coronavirus, need to shut up.
Yeah,
For God's sake.
yeah, that's really getting fucking aggravating. Every time even a fucking bar opens its door, everyone's like, "Oh no, we're
Gonna
going to
get the
get the
corona.
corona." Like, dude, you're probably going to get it anyway, and here's why. You can't fucking stay in your apartment or your home forever. Like, eventually you're going to have to go out to get something. Okay? I
Dude,
don't care
the
what.
super big quarantine people are so ridiculous to me. Like, sorry to bring up Game Grumps for the millionth time, but that's what I've
No,
been
it's
watching. That's
no,
what I've
it's no
been
problem.
watching during my life, so that's what I'm used to. Current Game Grumps, Aaron and Danny Sexbang, they've been recording throughout the quarantine, and originally they were getting together. They weren't going to their office because their office was like, a corporate building and shit, and it wasn't open. They were going to Aaron's house and they were recording shit, and they were doing their thing. And then apparently they're so big on quarantine and shit that they both had to break quarantine once, like a month ago. And now they're doing the show over Discord. They don't want to be in each other's physical presence because they're afraid of the coronavirus. They had to break quarantine once. Just once. And now they won't get together again. It's been a month.
Ugh. I mean, it wouldn't be so big. It wouldn't be such a big deal. Like, it wouldn't be such a big deal if groups like that would just be fine with recording through their computers, right? Like right here, right now. I don't know if any of you can tell, but Riley and I, guess what? We're not sitting next to each other. We're
No,
clear across the
but
country.
the thing with that is people who record with computers, cool. But the thing is, the Game Grumps have been recording together since fucking 2012. The current Game Grumps since 2013, because 2012 it was John Trent. Um, and they were doing it throughout the quarantine and shit. Like, that was the one place they would go, besides, like, getting food and shit. They would go, Dan would go to Aaron's house and do Game Grumps. But then they had to, like, go and do shit one day that they don't usually do that wasn't part of their quarantine routine. And now they're like, oh, we're recording remotely because we have to break quarantine and we don't want to put each other at risk.
Oh, I'm so scared. Like, dude, you're good. All right. There's just no way to stop the fucking virus. Okay. I mean, especially if you live in a city, there's just some sick dude is going to pass by your building and one little coronavirus fucking little fletchet or spittle or fucking something, a fart that the coronavirus patient had is just going to waft into the building and then infect somebody, and then it's just going to spread throughout the fucking ventilation shaft and the system. You're just fucked. You're just going to get it, and there's not a goddamn thing you can really do about it because there isn't anything you do about it. We might be, we might even be looking at no cure at all. We might be looking at some treatments, but the treatments might not work. We might just have coronavirus either forever or just for a little bit. And that's just how it's going to be. There's just not fuck all you can do about it. It's just,
Yeah.
It's kind of like the flu and the cold. You're going to get it eventually. Okay?
And that goes back to my issue. The thing is,
fucking crying.
Yeah, quit crying. And, like, we can't stay closed forever. So if the coronavirus is going to be a thing forever, and we can't find a cure, and they've been trying to find a cure since fucking February, and they haven't found one yet, we just have to continue living life. We can't stay closed forever. It'll fuck the economy. It'll fuck life in general for many people. We can't stay closed.
I mean, so far, the news has told me that if you're a Democrat or you're protesting, I mean, if I have to wave a gay little sign around for some fucking leftist for some stupid leftist cause, like, abortion equals good. And if that just saves off the coronavirus, if the coronavirus has one of those fedora type hats on, they're like,
yeah,
the
coronavirus is actually very left. Like, it'll only go after conservatives. If you're a liberal and you're out there protesting, you're immune.
Oh yeah, it'll just sidestep you. It'll sidestep you. Oh, pardon me, sir. I didn't know that you were with Black Lives Matter. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you going to the Democratic National Convention? Oh, well, pardon me. Hashtag riding with Biden. I didn't know that it was a partisan fucking virus, because it's crazy. If you look at the BLM protests, no one got sick. But if you looked at the Second Amendment type people who were protesting the lockdown, the most evil Nazis in the world, well, they fucking got millions of grandmothers fucking murdered, and they should go to jail for that. Heil, and that's fucking it, because that's all these fucking people are. Apparently, fuck, man. It's a partisan virus, Ugh.
Here's the thing. We have to reopen. We can't stay closed forever. And reopening means reopening everything. We have to go back to normal life. And you know what's included in everything? Fucking Disney World.
I mean, shit, I would be okay with not opening every single movie theater. Maybe not public pools or something like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that I'm saying that. It pains me to not be able to go to a fucking movie theater, and it sucks that I can't go swimming, but
Mo, this virus is literally killing the concept of movie theaters. We have to open movie theaters right now to preserve their fucking existence.
Well, true, but at the same time, though, I've pretty much hated everything that's come out in the last 8 to 10 years. So, I'm conflicted. On one hand, I love a movie theater. On the other hand, when I hear Robert De Niro boo-hooing and blubbering like a little fucking bitch about the coronavirus, it's wiped away my savings and my thing, and all these fucking celebrities fucking crying during lockdown. I mean, God, I mean, if tell you what, I'll be for opening the theaters if I don't have to see another god awful fucking celebrity video compilation where they're all, trying to sing a shitty John Lennon fucking song, or they're trying to be all, I need to hold myself to account. Oh, I saw, I said a semi-offensive joke, you know, 10 years ago, and I think my mom's
Oh my
friend's
god.
girlfriend, I think my mom's friend's girlfriend's daughter might have took offense to that. Oh, I'm such a bad person and I'm white. Oh, just fucking, if I don't have to see another one of those videos, fine.
I'm sorry that this guy I used to be friends with called a gingerbread house the N-word on our Let's Play show. I won't let it happen again.
I disavow his very existence.
Did I tell you? Dude, I think I might have told you, but just the fact that, like, everybody's still theorizing about, like, ooh, are Aaron and JonTron still friends? And they're not, because Aaron liked this tweet that was, like, from a Game Grumps animator. He was like, I left up some animations with JonTron in them. I shouldn't be upholding a racist because he makes a funny ek noise. I've taken the animations down. I'm sorry it took so long. Aaron liked that tweet. Aaron liked that tweet.
Aaron, you're a bitch. Bitch. You're a fucking, you're ego raptor level bitch.
You're a funny bitch, but you're still a bitch. I'll keep watching Game Grumps, but also fuck you.
I'm going to have my ad block on. Yeah, that's another thing. Every one of these little pussies that whines and cries, fine. You know what? I'll still watch your stuff, but I'm downvoting your video, and I'm putting every single ad block I possibly can on. I will deprive you of every fucking, any fucking money that you get from here on out.
It's kind of like, one bad thing. Like, Aaron is a bitch in that regard, but he also does a lot of good shit. And him and Dan are still funny. Dan does nothing wrong. Dan, I don't think has done anything wrong. Like, I go on, not Conspiracy Grumps, Rant Grumps, which is like the anti-Game Grumps subreddit, and they have like a list.
There's an anti-Game Grumps subreddit.
Yeah, it's where they all rant about like all the bullshit, and there's like a big list of all the controversies, and most of them have to do with Aaron, but the one thing involving Dan, at least directly, like, there's stuff that Dan is obviously like an accomplice in, but only because he's a fucking employee in Aaron's company and he has to do what he says. Is like apparently some fans are upset because he reportedly chatted up some, not young as in illegally young, just like younger than him. No.
Okay, so
just
over
younger
18?
than him.
Just
yes, over 18.
Oh, then I don't give a shit.
Dan is like
then. I'm
40,
already over
these
it.
women are like 25.
Yeah, and over 18, I don't give a shit.
And the complaint is he's like chatting them up, and apparently like he's playing it off like he wants to date them, and then he just fucks them and leaves. And fans are upset about it.
Oh yeah, like you could tell the people who got fucking one night standed stood up one time. The ones who who got upset, or they had to spend 20 hours with their best friend. He found me up there, and then he just wouldn't he was like, I'm gonna get a pack of cigarettes, babe. I'll be right back. And never came back. I'm so upset. Too bad. That's life.
If you want to hear the definition of ass bad one night stand girls, the reason all this controversy started, like the reason like girls started coming out about it, was some chick wrote a fucking play about getting fucking one night standed, and like the character was like, it had a different name, but like it was obviously Dan, and like Game Grumps fans are like, wait, this character's kind of similar to Dan. And then that's how it came out. Is this chick wrote a play about getting ghosted by Danny Sexbay.
You know what? He's already gone up so much more in my book. I like if he has a solitary YouTube channel, just link it to me and I will sub
He
to that
has a
shit.
comedy band called Ninja Sex Party.
Oh, he's that guy?
Yeah, Danny
Dude,
from Ninja
I
Sex Party is the new Game Grump.
oh dude, I love Ninja Sex Party. That's one of my favorite little fun bands, man, comedy bands. Okay,
Yeah,
good. Good, 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 good. Yeah,
so
and every time
maybe you'll even enjoy Game Grumps beyond the JonTron shit then, because after that it's Danny.
oh, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. And I gotta say, every time someone goes, John Tron, racist, it makes me like John Tron that much more. You know, the wall has just gone five more feet. Okay.
Yeah. It's so funny. I got that genuine realization from you. Holy shit, he's the Ninja Sex Party guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't know that shit, man. I would have paid better attention to Gang Grumps for the last few years if I'd known that, because I've been a big fan of theirs for a long ass time.
Yeah, that's a real lineup of comedy. First you got JonTron, and then you got the guy from Ninja Sex Party. That's a good lineup.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah, man.
But anyway, so there's still half of my issue I haven't even gotten to yet. There's the Disney
Oh,
World
okay.
thing, and then there's the school thing. I even had an argument with Andrew himself about this on Twitter that I'm sure any fans who care enough have already seen. So Trump is pushing for schools to open in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they should.
I do too, man, dude. My sister has a 6-year-old here. He was in kindergarten, and he got past 100 days of school, and then after that, they fucking shut the shit down, dude. I gotta get this fucking kid out of here so I don't have to see him every waking moment of every day. Like it's good for the kids to be away from the fucking parents. You know, the parent has to like have some time to where they could just like show up at their favorite little countertop and bash their fucking skulls in for just like a second so they can get rid of alleviate some of the fucking stress that they have to, they just got to. It's good for the fucking parents, you know?
Yeah, and I think also I was a graduating senior this year,
Mm-hmm.
and I went
Good job,
through
man.
thank you. And I went through online school during the last couple of months of my year. And it was agony, it was confusing, it was hard to contact teachers, and it ruined the last few months of my education to the point where I almost didn't graduate entirely.
Yeah.
So schools need to reopen because there are a lot of kids that need that option of physical contact with a teacher and being able to learn that way.
And another thing, and this is my sister's fault. I'm not putting this on her, but it's really hard to push. Everyone has to homeschool their kids like right on to the parents, because parents get really aggravated and they just say, you know what, fuck it, man, I just give up. I don't understand, how to do what fucking Common Core math or whatever it is, or whatever bastardized version of math that they have now. Like you're making a generation that isn't too far removed from the current generation. Okay, they're not going to understand your version of the way things are education wise right now, because they've been out of the game, out of the loop for so long, and now you're putting all this pressure onto them. You're trying to get them to perform on a level that they were not expected to ever rise up to. So a lot of parents, I theorize at the very least, I think a lot of parents fucking quit. They're just like, oh, fuck it, man, dude, just look up the answer online, and I'll just say that, yeah, you studied, you showed your work, yada yada, because you could do that a lot. Like everything's on the internet. Like no matter how poorly fucking Common Core has destroyed math, or anything like that, you can just Google the fucking answer, show your work, boom, you're fucking done. Which, in a way, the shutting down of the schools in this way, it's kind of damaged the credibility. Well, what credibility that our public school system had at the very least. It really damaged it what little credibility it had left because, after when these kids come back, the ones who didn't graduate, they're going to have to relearn how to learn in your system again, and they're just going to get angrier and angrier and angrier. And there's going to be so many. I predict there's going to be so many instances, probably some school shootings over this shit. Like, because now the pressure was off. Because, like, let's be real. Like, for a lot of these kids, school fucking sucks. Parents aren't up for the task, really. I think that a lot of them aren't. Through no real fault of their
what I
own.
learned through this whole thing, school sucks, yes, but not school. School on the fucking laptop sucks a whole lot worse.
Yeah, especially if the school's not allowing you to connect with the kids. Like if the virtual classroom isn't, if I can't fucking connect with Jimmy Timmy, across the room from me or something to compare notes, if I can't even do that, then the whole fucking system is fucked. Like, you got to be able to, like you said, socially interact with a lot of these kids, because like, how are you going to function in the real world? You got to have, how many people are saying, I'm autistic, please, please be kind to me, or please be patient with me. Like, sometimes you got to think to yourself, I think you're faking a little bit, and I think you just don't want to put forth the effort in social interactions.
Being in school teaches social skills. That's a thing that a lot of people don't consider. Like, I remember, to bring up the guy I always bring up, Asperger was homeschooled for a lot of his life. And in some Let's Plays he was in, he talked about how, like, when he was homeschooled for so long, he was so fucked up socially, he couldn't even take an order at McDonald's. And his parents had to take him, like, send him to public school for a year so he could learn how to fucking interact with humans.
Well, yeah, that's what you get when you take too much. If you take too much, you can give too little.
Yeah, and, but yeah, with schools, they have to reopen for the good of education. Everything has to reopen anyway, which I will reiterate. And you know what? Well, I'm getting controversial, since I'm already fucked anyway, if anybody of substantial hearing hears this. I don't even think social distancing should be fucking enforced in schools.
Yeah, it's well. I mean, there really isn't that's there's not fuck all you can do with it. Like, it's impossible to enforce. I mean, unless they. I mean, God, there's all sorts of flaws with social distancing in schools,
Yeah, of
and
course, it wouldn't be able to be enforced perfectly, but they're going to try, and I don't want them to try. Because here's the thing, right? School already sucks. Going to school every morning, early in the morning, going there, learning and shit, that already sucks. Now imagine you have that, except all of the desks are too far to speak to your friends. You are yelled at for gathering in the halls between classes. The cafeterias are at 25% capacity, and there's like some weird shifts you have to do. So you might have to eat lunch super early or super late. And still too far to talk to your friends unless you get too loud, and they'll get pissed at you if you get too loud. That sounds like fucking kid prison.
yeah, dude, I was about to say this sounds like you're going to have to break the spirit of all these kids. Like, keep your head down, don't fucking speak to anyone, one row at a time, walk at a brisk pace, but don't look at anyone, social distance, or the fucking pigs that they employ to fucking enforce the shit will beat you. And it just,
The cops in
it's
school
fucked.
don't beat people.
Oh, well, they will, though. Like, they'll the system always finds a way to beat the population down. I mean, just look at a protest. Like, you go to a protest, you see people getting the fucking shit beat out of each other. You go to a riot, not a fucking cop in sight. Not a cop to be fucking seen. Protest equals beat down. Getting together for the betterment, like for education. Like, you just, the system will beat you down, man. I think it'll happen like that.
Yeah, so Yeah, reopen schools. I'm gonna cut this issue short because we're almost already gone for an hour and we've only done one issue.
Damn.
So Mo, give us your first issue.
Okay, my first issue, my first issue, my first issue. This is going to make me sound really cold and distant,
Okay.
and but having to say "I love you" to people, whether
Saying I love you.
you saying "I love you," like I'm sitting here minding my own business, like I get a phone call from, like, say, a relative or, an ex, right? And
Uh-huh.
my ex is telling me, like, all right, well, take care, stay safe, I love you. And I'm fucking sitting here going, well, bitch, what did you just fucking say to me? Like, what? Oh, God. And, now here's this whole
Bitch,
fucking
what the
rig.
fuck did you just say to me?
Like, what do I have to, like, what fucking sucks? Having to, like, fake the funk, for just the social contract. Like, that's the most arduous thing to upkeep. It's the social contract. Well, since the social contract through the words "I love you" have just kicked in, you are now obligated to tell this person, whoever the person is, "I love you" back.
Have you ever no. Here's the bad thing about having your brain wired to say I love you to like relatives and loved ones and shit. Have you ever accidentally said I love you to someone because your brain was so hardwired to say it that you said it to the wrong person?
Yeah, and it makes the shit fucking weird. You're like, oh,
I've
sorry.
accidentally said I love you to my friends before, and it's the
Yeah,
worst.
because, like, well, because now they feel it, and now they're like, ew, I can't believe you say you love me, but if you say, never mind, I'm sorry, I take that back. Now they get fucking offended, and now they're like, well, what? Do you not love me? Do you not like me like that? You fucking son of a bitch. And, like, well, fuck, man, you just can't win. You can't win with that. And God forbids, like, someone say "I love you," and you just go, yeah, you too, bud, because that
No,
makes
that's
them
like
even
here's a
angrier.
very like middle school, early high school feeling when your friend asks you if you would date a mutual female friend, and she's sitting there waiting for your answer.
Oh yeah, that see, that's bullshit right there, because it's always the one that you like. All right, so I'm say you got Stacy and you got Amanda next to you, right? Whoever Stacy and Amanda are, you're super into Stacy, but Amanda is the one who wants to date you, and I'm going to be polite and not say all the problems that you get with quote unquote Amanda. It's just all the qualities that you like in quote unquote Stacy are
Okay.
not present in Amanda, okay? And
Uh-huh.
so you have to sit there. It's kind of like, it really is like, hot slave Leia with her female friend Jabba the Hutt. And you're like, you want, like, hey, what's up, girl? You don't want Ula solo wookie nipple pinchy ho 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 ho. You don't want to go through that. It's like Ula suga so ho solo miga sola ho 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 ho. And what she said was, I really like, are you going to eat all your corn dogs? And shit like that. You're like, dude, I do not have time to fucking pull the pin on this grenade, man.
No, yeah, there's
I'm
that, but like the thing I was talking about specifically is like imagine you're just like so you're sitting there with like a group of friends, right? And like one or two of them are girls. And like one of the guys is like, "Hey, would you date so and so?" And so is there and part of the conversation, and it's like a doomed if you do, doomed if you don't situation, because like she isn't into you. So if you say yes, she's gonna be like ew, and it's gonna be embarrassing. And if you say no, she's gonna get offended. So
Yeah, because, like, only one of those answers is going to end up with her, like, slamming down her lunch tray, getting up while she's crying because you said no. And so, like, and that's when you punch your friend in the face for,
it's a
like,
good response.
it's like, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, punch, and then, like,
That's how you
done.
change the subject. Is you fucking punch him in the mouth.
Oh, dude, square in the freaking like the part where the jaw, like the top of your mouth, top of your fucking the top of your mouth and the bottom of your jaw connect. You punch him right there, hopefully dislocating his fucking jaw for like saying the dumbest shit humanity has ever fucking heard. That's what you do. But yeah, man, it's just like I don't so much have a problem saying I love you to people. I just wish that it would be not a big deal if I didn't say it back all the time, because like my brother Jason, he he makes it a point to end every conversation with "I love you," and you know it's not that I don't love my brother. It's just that I don't have time to tell my brother Jason, "Yeah, I love you too, dude." Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, man. Maybe I'm getting the residual manliness, the don't show your feelings sort of shit from well, basically from like 2013 on back, when like all the history of humanity, when it was normal until up a few years ago, then suddenly changed for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever, uh, for no rhyme or reason. And yeah, just so I just don't like showing my feelings most of the time.
Yeah,
Anyway, that's my first problem.
that's a good one. I feel that. I was trying to remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, it's like when your family members are like that scene from fucking Into the Spider-Verse where Miles doesn't say I love you back to his dad, and he fucking gets on his police speaker and is like, you had to say it back.
Oh, I still haven't seen Into the Spider Verse yet. I know
Holy shit, what?
my niece and nephew have seen it like a million times, and I figured, well, I'll probably jump into it, and I'll probably jump into one of the showings, but I'm always doing something else. So I've just haven't watched it. I heard it's a fucking really. I heard it's
Yeah,
one of the
Mo,
best
just
Spider-Man
watch the
movies.
movie. It's so good.
All right. I'll watch Into the Spider Verse.
Yeah, that's like one of the jokes in the movie is Miles' dad is a cop and he drops him off at school and he says I love you and Miles doesn't say it back and he gets on his fucking police loudspeaker in front of everybody at school and is like, you gotta say it back.
Oh man, I'd be so fucking embarrassed.
It was very funny, but yeah, it's a good first issue. Now my second issue, oh god, I don't have a second issue. I do, but I kind of don't want to do it because I'm just gonna talk about fucking Game Grumps again because
Oh
that's
my
all I've
god.
been watching.
Well, now I have to know what your second issue is. What is it?
Not being transparent.
All right, hey, that's a good fucking issue.
So when things happen in when people do like entertainment products or people do whatever, and the people involved split up. I hate when they aren't just fucking transparent about it. Like, I don't care. You can be like, yeah, we hate each other now. We're just gonna move on separately. And I'll be like, cool, got it. Nice. But when they're all like, oh yeah, it's okay. We're just creative differences. We're walking different paths in life. That's all
Oh, well,
bullshit.
walking different paths in life, or like, okay, I get the, hey, we just have creative differences, because that to me sounds genuine. But don't say, oh, my life's path is taking
It's
me
almost
somewhere
never
different
true
than his
though.
life path.
The creative
Yeah,
differences is almost never the full story though.
yeah,
Like
it's
when they
so
say
fucking
creative
so.
differences, it means we hate each other now, basically. But they don't
Yeah,
want to say it because it's fucking corporate speak.
creative difference equals I banged my fucking co-host's freaking ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, according to the
That's
Dick
what.
Show lore, yeah.
Oh, well, that show, like most shows from the 80s and 90s and all sorts of shit. I mean, that happens a lot.
It does, yeah, like, I think Dick summed it up best, like, in the very first episode of the Dick Show, when he was still being respectful to Maddox and didn't want to divulge the whole story, he simply said, like, we had artistic differences, and we all know what artistic differences mean, that we just can't go on with each other. And
Yeah,
that was
like
a
I'm
really
about to
good
strangle
explanation.
this bitch.
Yeah, that was a really good explanation out of Dick, and I wish Maddox had let that remain and not made the rapeless video and destroyed his entire career. But that's besides the point.
Oh yeah.
It's just the fucking corporate speak bullshit whenever this kind of stuff happens. Like, just say what happened. Don't be all fucking tidy about it. Like, if you're not friends anymore, just say it. Just say it. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely it's better if you just rip the band-aid off now than later on.
yeah, like it's obvious. Aaron and JonTron, they had a falling out. It happens. They deny that it happened, but it fucking happens. And they just denied it. They just denied each other entirely, and just like, corporate speak, where John wants to work on JonTron videos. We all support each other and love each other, but it's time to separate. And then it's fucking Aaron doesn't mention John, and John doesn't mention Aaron for fucking 3 years.
Yep.
That's what happens. It's ridiculous. So yeah, sorry if this sounds a bit weird. We have to do a cut. But basically my issue is, like, just the corporate speak bullshit. Like, I keep saying like. It's such a weird verbal clutch, and I hate that I do it.
I've been having I catch myself saying like a lot when I'm writing something out or tweeting something, and I'm slowly trying to get rid of that, but I think it's just too ingrained in my fingers to stuff like, like if you don't like chocolate, then you don't like vanilla. If you don't like vanilla, then fuck you. Or
And when I
something like
notice
that,
it, when I notice it, it's like it hurts me because I'm the kind of kid who took like theater and journalism in school, and they're all like, you gotta get rid of those filler words, but I just can't do it. They just happen.
Well, honestly, at the end of the day, if you'd be surprised how easy it is to really get rid of those filler words. You've got to concentrate on getting rid of them and not beat yourself up when and not beat yourself up whenever you use something like or fucking, something like that. Fucking I'm like the worst about that. Like fucking yeah, I'll go put up the chickens, or fucking yeah, man, hey dog, let's go play. I'll play with the dog, sure. It's like the worst shit. Like, especially when you're just using fucking yeah, I'll wash the dishes to describe mundane fucking activities or something.
Yeah, okay, but the thing, to get back on topic, the thing about not being transparent is there's, the corporate speak bullshit, like I talked about with Game Grumps and everything else. Like, and then there's, god damn it, I did it again. Then there's just not saying anything, which I think in some ways is even worse.
Yeah, not saying anything is much worse because now you're just laying the grounds, you're planting the seeds for conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And then anyone can go, well, I heard that Riley, likes, pudding pops up his butt, and stuff like that. And now because you didn't say anything, there's nothing there to refute
considering
the
pudding
fact.
pops are a product of Bill Cosby, I'm sure a lot of people have had them up their ass, but
well, let's not think of Bill Cosby, because I've been eating a lot of Jell-O lately, and I haven't thought of Bill at all. And I fucking love Jell-O, and I love Jell-O pudding, and I'm not going to stop
sell
eating.
pudding pops?
I assume so. Yeah, it's probably one of the highest. Yeah, it's like one of the most well-known snacks. Is like eat pudding pop. Like, how can we live in a world where we didn't have pudding pops?
Oh yeah, I've never had one, but I want one. They sound appealing.
Oh, dude, you can get pudding pops anywhere. Next time, like, just throw a fit in the next time you were at the grocery shop with your mom, like, go, I want pudding pops. I want pudding pops,
and I want them now.
And just like put them in the fucking put them in the grocery cart and throw a fucking fit. It's just
I've done that before. Like,
all right,
never for like big things, but I've done it before. Like, my mom will always just not buy hot sauce. She knows I like hot sauce, but she doesn't, so she never buys it. It's like a couple times we've been in the dollar store and I've just slipped a bottle of hot sauce in the shopping cart. And she'll be like, "When this get here?" And I'll just be like, "Just put it on the conveyor belt, Mom. Just put it on the conveyor belt." Mo?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
making
yeah, yeah.
sure.
I'm here. I'm here.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of, Dick and Maddox, the famous duo split up, I think, obviously there was a bunch of other shit that Maddox did, but just grand scheme of things early on, I think Maddox would have done much better, and like even to this day, maybe, if he didn't do all the other bullshit, he would have done much better if from the very beginning he was like, hey, Dick slept with a girl that I had unresolved feelings for, and he pretended to be my friend even though he wasn't, so I didn't want to work with him anymore. If Maddox had just said that from the beginning, instead of not mentioning Dick at all for, like, months,
Oh well,
then he
yeah.
probably would have done much better.
I mean, like everyone in the community has said, yeah, if he just didn't do this one big shitty thing, then everything would have been fine. But we speculated on that like like a million fucking times, and honestly, you just can't take back the past. You just gotta
Well, yeah, but
you
it's
gotta keep
just looking
soldiering
back
on.
on it, and
Unfortunately,
yeah, it's looking back on it and just like, Maddox, just say what happened. Like, seriously, dude. That's all you had to do.
yeah. Even if it's a lie, it's better than
No,
what
he
he
didn't even
did.
have to lie. He could have said, like I just said, Dick slept with the girl I had unresolved feelings for, and he was pretending to be my friend while shit-talking me behind my back, so I don't want to do a podcast with him anymore. People would have accepted that. It would have been fine.
Yeah, they would have been.
Instead he remains completely silent, and everybody's like, "Oh, what happened? I want to know what happened."
And now he's a banana on Twitch.
I saw a clip where he turned himself into a mushroom briefly.
Yeah, that was weird. Mush docs or something like that.
No, it was fungox, like fungus.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Oh man, I'm happy for him. If he stays the fuck away from Dick and all that shit, and he just continues to be a cowboy and a banana, more power to him. Have a good time, Maddox. You've earned it. You get a cookie for not fucking stirring the goss oven today. Enjoy your fucking cowboy and banana adventures.
Oh, if he just deleted his Twitter account, it would help him. It would make his fucking name shoot up exponentially. It would do so much better for him if he just deleted his social media crap, or at least made another one where he didn't disassociate with his brand, with his old brand, and just got over that shit and just got done with it. Because dude, he just fucking sucks a big dick nowadays. I like to have a stream off where both him and Dick, they get to choose one social media outlet to promote one tweet that has the link to their Twitch or their YouTube stream account, whatever, and they stream and they see how many people they both get, and whoever gets the most people gets to shit talk for a month, and then every month we sort of like go on, and like we get a good back and forth, and we see like who's going to shit talk who this month, and it'll be fucking funny. Because Max is going to lose every single fucking time, and then it's just going to be like 24/7 Max lost, Max lost, Max lost, and it'll be fucking hysterical. It might drive him to suicide. Not that we condone that sort of thing on this show, but
No,
it could.
if Maddox was gonna kill himself, he already would have. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah. He would have, because if he didn't kill himself after the fucking court thing, and just the court thing, then I guess
After
he's a
his
little bit.
lawsuit got dismissed with prejudice, yeah, you think it's...
Oh, like when he got nothing, absolutely fucking nothing. Not only after that lawsuit, but the restraining order, and wasn't there like one other one that he was involved in with?
All of that was before the big one. The lawsuit
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
last
yeah.
one. There was before that there was the restraining order, and there was when he tried to trademark Biggest Problem in the Universe.
Oh yeah, and he failed spectacularly at that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, that's it. Just, I'll do it too. I'm gonna stick to this. Like, when my shows end and when they have problems, I fucking speak out about them. Like, if you, much to my not good sometimes, but like the first time I left the Pixels show for that like 10 episode stretch, I fucking was super public about why. And my friends aren't happy about it, but that's just how I stand. I'm full disclosure. Whenever something happens, I will fucking say it.
better watch.
If me and Mo got into a fight about some fucking raviolis and I had to leave the Mo-cast, I'd fucking say it.
He just wouldn't stop saying the N word after everything. He's just over and over and over.
It's
Like
just,
I just,
it's like
I
a
mean,
verbal tick. I say it at the end of every sentence.
not that we'll post examples right now or anything, but you out there listening, you know what we're talking about.
It's like no, it's like anime where like sometimes they'll have that character who like because the Japanese language is a weird thing, like they'll have like the verbal tick at the end where they say some like gibberish term. Like that's me, but I say the N word at the end of every sentence.
Yeah, the N word is like baka to you.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to know what my second largest issue is, Riley?
Sure.
All right. So this sort of goes a little bit, this goes a little bit into the depressing uh, center of everything, but uh, my other issue today is nostalgia, and I'll tell you why. Um, Several years ago, when I just turned 30, I was browsing 4chan's V board, its video games board,
Oh
and
boy. Here we are at
and
4chan.
oh yeah, it was several years ago, 10 years ago, and I think the creator of like Ducktales, it was his birthday, or it was some sort of big Nintendo anniversary, and so V. So what?
No, I was laughing because you said it was either DuckTales or Nintendo, and I'm like, those are two very different things.
Well, no. Ducktail. There was a. All right.
Oh,
So let me.
the game. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Let me.
got
Let
it,
me. Let
got
me.
it.
Let me explain to you a little bit better. Let me give you some better context. Uh, so they were celebrating by on the V board by having the moon level music playing on. There's the little repeated fucking MP3 on there because this is when Tim Pool still owned it. And so anyway,
Tim Pool owned 4chan. Wait,
well, no, there's a
well, the
different
V
Tim
board.
Pool. No. This is a different Tim Pool, not Tim
Oh,
Pool, the political commentator, but Tim Pool, the owner of
Reactor's brother, Tim Pool.
yeah. This is the other Tim Pool, the owner of 4chan and the failed Canvas project. So
How do you feel
anyway,
about that
yada.
lawsuit thing? By the way, brief tangent with Reactor and Tim Pool.
The one where he allegedly Tim was yelling at his fucking dog.
No.
Um,
There was like some big lawsuit where apparently Tim and Chris started like whatever company Tim is successful with. Apparently they started it together, and they shunned Chris out of the company. Chris is in Reactor. That's his real name.
no, honestly, I I heard Tim's side of it through. I think it was on the Dick Show or on I think one of his many videos he does, and then the brother of Tim's showed up on the Ralph Retort,
Oh
and
shit.
I listened to that interview twice, and he doesn't have any receipts. He just has a lot of baseless accusations and all this stuff. And honestly, it seems like this is a family fight. And you know how there's like two sides of the story, and generally both sides look like they suck.
Uh huh.
after you start like looking through it. But yeah, to be honest, I would like to reread everything because I don't know right off the top of my head.
I thought it was gonna blow up much bigger than it did because like I saw Dick like super on Tim's side, like calling Reactor a cuck, and
Yeah,
I thought Mumkey was gonna get in there because Mumkey and Reactor are like close internet friends, so I thought it was gonna result in some fucking Twitter wars.
yeah, and nothing really happened after that like brief like weekly spat.
Yeah, I was surprised that Mumkey didn't jump in, honestly,
Hmm.
because
Oh,
he was so involved with like Reactor's like internet career, and they're close.
yeah.
Hmm.
So, well, yeah, I kind of figured there was going to be a little bit more blow up to that, but it sort of fizzled out after that 1 week.
Yeah, but
But
anyway, Mo, tell
anyway,
us about your issue.
but anyway, so I was listening. I was just browsing the board, and a little thought just popped into my head. I remember being a kid, playing this game with my mom and all that, and then uh, this is when the world just started falling apart. Like Greece's economy just started falling apart. Uh, Obama's like during his first term, and he was turning out to be a huge fucking piece of shit, and you know, just I don't know, everything sort of just and I was sitting. I had an air mattress in another dude's house. Didn't have a place of my own. Uh,
Hmm.
and I was looking around me. I was rolling butts of cigarettes because it was like 2 days before my fucking paycheck, and I just thought to myself, God, everything was so much better back then, even though I was a fucking kid. And then I started thinking, and this fucking song is playing, and then I just hit this point. I just fucking broke down and sobbed uncontrollably,
Oh my god.
and like it was just I fucking just broke down. Like I've never cried as hard as I did that. Well, the second time was over a chick, but
Oh, oh,
yeah, that's why I don't believe love is real.
oh,
But
god damn it! You're one of those. Shit.
I'm sorry, man. Like I'm 40. I've never even been fucking engaged. I've never had a fucking child scare, and every woman I've ever been with is yeah. And that was another bunch of thoughts. Like, dude, so this chick was I was sweet on, fucking like dumped me and all this stuff, and decided to get with another guy. It was just fucking brutal and brutal and brutal. I was 30. I didn't see I didn't see a light. I thought my job really sucked and I wasn't going anywhere. So I just fucking sobbed fucking uncontrollably for about half an hour. And ever since then, I look at nostalgia, and unless it's like wrestling or like sometimes music or like video games, I just start fucking getting sad as shit, and I'm just, it's just, yeah, I just can't fucking deal with nostalgia anymore. I don't like it because if you think about it, like this country has like been burning since fucking 9/11. Like here's here's a great fantasy for you, the American dream. When
The
I grew
American
up,
dream, a snort.
yeah, sorry. Uh, the American dream is such a fucking fantasy. And it's something that I look back, like, like lots of people look back at it with nostalgia. They're like, well, America sure was great back then. And it's like, dude, it hasn't been great for a really, really long time. And then 9/11 happens. And I've been told all my life that you're going to have the pick of, you're going to have the pick of all your jobs that you want. It's not going to be so hard. Like, the other generations before you've had it hard, but we all sacrificed and scrimped just so you and your generation can finally have our big shot. And the thing is, I don't think my generation ever got a shot at all because, like 2 years after we graduated back in 99, 2000, 9/11 happened, and all the elderly and everyone over 45, 50, our government, everyone just submit. They decided to plant their feet and say, no, we will not do as our forefathers have traditionally done and move out the fucking way so you can have a career. No, you're going to live in these menial jobs, be homeless, and you're going to love it while we fucking systematically discriminate against you and fucking destroy you and, you know, beat you down verbally and, you know, just abuse you. And so when I look at nostalgia, I just think of like, you know, if you had 5 good years, but on the sixth year everything went to shit, how can you say with a straight face that you had a great time the last 6 years? You know, because that's how I feel about San Antonio. I like had 2 great years, then suddenly everything fucking went to absolute hell in a matter of a month and a half, and I lost fucking everything. Back in my parents' house, turned 40 here, lost my car, lost my job, had to start working at a bar, and you know, it's just you know, I look at nostalgia like it's a, I don't know, like it's a big fuck you to me. And that's my other problem is nostalgia.
Yeah. Uh, I just want to say real quick. I don't know if you have more or not, but I just want to say real quick. Just a message to Andrew. If Andrew is listening to this episode, you know, I respect your sadness and all that, but like, listen to the fucking lament Mo just gave, and he's here. You better get your ass back here.
Oh yeah, that's the super duper abridged version of like, you know, like how I feel when like, because sometimes, man, it's dude, it's starting to affect some of my gaming lately. Like, I just refound this YouTube channel that I was super into is Minnesota Burnsy, and I watched a bunch of his old stuff
Oh,
when I
good,
was
another
really
channel
into
to
it. And
distract you from watching Game Grumps.
you know, no, I got out of it because I watched his new stuff, and he's super. Well, if you're a Trump supporter, I don't want anything to do with you. Hashtag ride with Biden or get out.
God damn it.
And you know, it wouldn't be so bad, but like, well, I don't know. Like he's just like that. I guess you can't have people change all the fucking time, and that's just how it is. And you know, I look back and I kind of think to myself, you know, we are all about to have a shot. You know, you're going to go far, kid. And like, dude, I'm going to be really surprised if like, well, like fucking millennials and Zoomers, you know, they're getting the shot that me and my generations were supposed to get. And so, like, you know, I feel like completely left out of the process because I've never thought that my vote fucking ever mattered. I never thought that my opinions ever mattered. Like, you know, I've been screaming police reform, you know, since I was fucking 15 back in 95, 96. You know? And, you know, like it's, you know, suddenly other people say it. Oh, well, now that real people are saying it, it means something now. Like, dude, you guys are a bunch of pieces of fucking shit. And, you know, I don't know, man. Like the only way to make it is to make a job of your own and get as much money as you can. Like, because the only way that you can stave off, you know, the badness is to just, you know, throw money at it. Because, you know, it's, even though rich people, like, you know, say they have problems, I have trouble looking at you in your giant mansion with your 5 cars and thinking, yeah, you're unhappy, pal. Maybe it's because your family life is shit. Like, you know, like really, like whenever someone rich fucking says something, you know, like, dude, you fucking people can buy yourself a new life, a new identity. Like, you guys can fucking bail out of this with all your money like that. So, you know, shut the fuck up. I don't. You know, like, uh, anyway, rant done. That's my problem is nostalgia.
Yeah, I guess nostalgia can sort of bring the sadder feelings in you. It's unfortunate, but Yeah, man. Jeez, this.
I know. Don't kill
If
it.
I was
Please don't
alive,
kill yourself after this, okay? Because
just
I kind of laid a bunch of stuff out there, and like I was
Jesus.
kind of thinking while I was in the bathroom, I was like, dude, are you sure you want to talk about nostalgia? You're going to have to. You're sort of obligated to fucking like lay a lot out on the line so people can fucking see it, like a fucking yard sale, like an emotional yard sale. Here's my hopes and dreams. Don't mind the slash prices, don't mind the fact that this is what I'll settle for. But and people will still fucking haggle with you. Like, dude, fuck you, just pay the little price on there, man. It's $5 for my hopes and dreams, and you only want to give me $2, dude. Fuck you.
Like,
And they'll wear like a little uh like an '80s cartoon like Tailspin or something shirt or something, like because that's the nostalgia. Oh god, and don't even get me started on all the reboots and all that. Like it's just She-Ra, and not that I have anything against She-Ra. I just think that maybe everything from the 80s and 90s should just be left the fuck alone because that fucks with my nostalgia too.
everybody loves She-Ra. Everybody's super down with She-Ra.
I just don't think it really warranted a remake. It was fine. It was fine the way it is. We didn't need to add, more to it. Like I don't even want to bring He-Man back. Like we had I think one or two fucking relaunches. Like, you got it right the first relaunch, which was fucking awesome. You had a great cast, and the network fucking dropped it. So just don't bother anymore. Same thing with fucking Thundercats. You didn't even need a remake the first time. Just leave the stuff in the 80s and 90s to the 80s and
Hey, the
90s.
Thundercats remake is like one of the most beloved shows of all time.
Am I thinking? I haven't seen the Thundercats remake, so
There have
like
been two. There have been two Thundercats remake. The current one is like weird Teen Titans Go ripoff shit. That's not very good. But before
yeah,
that,
a
there was
lot of
like an
people are
anime
angry about it.
style like action show that everybody loves.
I haven't seen that one.
It didn't
I'll
last
have to
very
see it.
long because fuck Cartoon Network, but everybody loved it.
Yeah, I imagine that it was really good, and that's why like here's another bit of a nostalgia. I don't want uh the last Teen Titans friggin' season. And here's why. I absolutely loved the Teen Titans when I was a kid, when I was much younger, in my like late teens, early 20s. And it was fine. We got, like it ended on a down note. We don't need like continuation. Like it just ended sadly. And like no one in
But
America,
Mo,
or
we want
maybe
a
even,
happy
hold on.
ending.
Well, you don't get a happy ending, bitch. Sometimes you're Beast Boy, and sometimes you're Beast Boy talking to freaking Tara, and Tara sort of tells you that she's faking, being dead and faking not remembering who he or they are. And you run out of the double fucking doors of school into the bright white light.
Wait, is
And
that what
that's it.
happens?
Oh, yeah, that's the last episode. That's the
I thought
last scene.
Tara
It's Beast
actually
Boy.
didn't remember anything.
No, like I don't believe. I don't believe for a second that she forgot. I think she was trying to spare Beast Boy's feelings.
Oh, so
That's
it's
at
an
least
implication that you picked up.
I think so. Anyway, I could be completely wrong, and I'll be
But
glad to
she
be
doesn't
wrong.
say that though. In the show, it's at least
No,
directly implied to the
it's
audience that she has lost her memories.
yeah, like well, that's what she says, and that's what the writers lead you to believe. But you saw that last little bit, and you're like, was what we're seeing really actually real? Is like, is she really, like it plays with the theater of the mind. So to give us more, like, hey, yeah, sure, we don't know who Agent X or whoever Robin turned out to be with Slade. Yeah, sure, we don't figure out that and all any of that stuff, but For God's sake, we had the movie. Isn't it enough? Like, God, I'm a fucking Firefly fan. We got one season, the network fucked us, and then a few years later, we got a movie. You know, you gotta fucking live with what you got, man.
But the
It's
movies
just,
always don't tie up the loose ends you want them to tie up.
that's just how life is, you know? Sometimes you get the full
Like
disclosure,
here's a
sometimes you
great
don't.
example of a show that was canceled before it could resolve its plot, and then it got a movie that had nothing to do with the cliffhanger that it had to resolve. Fucking Alf.
Oh, Alpha, that was, I thought the ending was a little bit fucked up, and I really think I think they had a plans for another one, but the network was like,
Yeah, they
"All
got
right,
canceled.
baby, that was great. You're getting canceled," and it was sort of one of those things where they didn't expect to get canceled, and they didn't
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
tell
There
them they were getting
was like
canceled.
in the last episode of Alf, at least in its original airings, it did have a to be continued at the end. So yeah, they were planning on
Yeah,
making another season, but they got
yeah, they
canceled.
did, and then they waited so long to make a movie, and they waited long enough to where no one cared, and the movie was bad.
And none of the
It was
original cast came back besides Alf.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the other thing. No one they said they relocated them, and then like that was
They
it, and that
relocated
was a
them to
shame.
fucking like Greenland or some shit. Like this family we grew up with for not me because I obviously Alf was far before my time, but this family that people grew up with just like yeah they're in fucking freezing cold Greenland now because they had their alien friend. They get to fucking suffer in like a place that nobody gives a shit about. Like wow. That's no, it was Antarctica. It was even worse. I'm pretty sure it was Antarctica.
It was somewhere shitty, but yeah,
Yeah,
man.
like this family we grew to like know and love. Like yeah, they're just fucking freezing in some remote location.
Yeah, the only time nostalgia's ever paid off is when the lone writer of the Half Life series uh, penned a letter that was a workaround of his contractual obligations, so he can fucking tell us the ending of the Half Life series. And it was good. It was really really good, and I'm glad that we got that. And honestly, I don't even need another Half Life game. I love the fact that we got Alex, and I'm really happy for that. But if we didn't get Alex, at least I got the ending, and I was happy for that. But the networks, they nostalgia feels like it's a noose around your neck, and you're getting dragged by the freaking networks while the network's riding horseback, and you're just getting dragged and dragged and dragged. And like, dude, just like leave me the fuck alone, man. Like, dude, fuck it. I'll take the botched ending, because like I said, I would have taken Alf's the ending to Alf over like the movie that we got, because it was shitty.
Yeah, like another to get to the we'll get off this tangent at some point and then we'll actually end the show. But another show that ended on a cliffhanger that fucking hurts my soul. My Name is Earl.
Oh, it did.
Yes, that show
Um, My
is
Name
like
is Earl did so well.
yeah, it's probably one of the best shows of all time. And then they fucking canned it on a cliffhanger. Apparently, and from what I'm hearing, it was so shitty because the guy who wrote the finale of the fourth season, I think the creator of the show, walked to the network and they're like, "Are you sure we're gonna get another season? I want to be certain before I end this with a cliffhanger." And the network's like, "Yeah, yeah, of course you're gonna get another season." And then he ends it with a cliffhanger and canceled.
Yeah, like there's another one, and this will be my last one, I swear. But I heard that because I'm a huge fan of Bill Hadley, or Hadley. Oh fuck,
Hartley,
the
Hatley,
creators.
the
Okay,
keyboard.
I'm sorry, but yeah, Bill Oakley and Josh Weinstein. I'm huge fans of theirs, right?
Uh
And
huh.
like, because they used to write during the glory days for The Simpsons. They've written a bunch of other stuff that's just been fucking fantastic. And they made this little show called Mission Hill. And Mission Hill was a really, really cool season. It ended great. It ended just fine. Uh, the showrunners were bitter the way that the shitty network treated them because they had a great ending season, but they were supposed to have two other episodes in the season that ended, right? And it
Uh-huh.
was one of those things where you're like, dude, that really sucks, but what can you do? Well, unfortunately, the network's giving them the green light to go ahead and reboot to remake the series or to bring it back even in modern times. I'm like, oh God, please don't do it, because I'm seeing the fucking nightmare scenario now. It could be like end up being extremely woke, and all the fucking characters are they're going to be shallow. And even though I believe in Bill Oakley and Josh Weinstein, never underestimate the power of the networks who either you bow to their demands or they'll just fucking cancel you. Like the guys who made fucking regular show, they made a new show that was supposed to be coming out the last 4 fucking years, and due to creative differences with the network just kept pushing it back and fucking them over till they finally found a network on HBO Now or HBO Max or fuck you HBO, whatever the fuck it's called, the streaming
Fuck you,
services they have.
HBO.
They finally got a home to launch their fucking show on. And
Can can we petition to rename HBO Max to Fuck You HBO?
oh yeah, HBO fucking sucks. Ugh. There's another cool nostalgia thing is like if you're old like me and you remember the old intros to Cinemax and HBO, like dude, they don't ever do anything like they like the production. That's another thing that sucks about nostalgia is like the production value of life. It's fucking gone, man. No one fucking tries anymore. Like
Man, you want to
the
hear?
little
No, hold
things
on.
like
This
the
is important. You want to hear the worst example of capitalism? Just, just a perfect example
oh
of capitalism destroying the world.
yeah, all right, sure.
The fact that HBO now owns fucking Sesame Street.
Oh yeah, we've had a
The
long
fact,
rant
no,
about
it's just
that.
the fact that we went from fucking, what was I gonna say, brain? That we went from it being on PBS, a free network that anyone can view, so kids can like grow up and learn with Sesame Street. Now it's on HBO, which is literally the opposite.
Yeah, it's a degenerate, disgusting fucking network too, that no one with children would ever watch in front of their you're giving the like this great kids show to the network that has Taxi Cab Confessions, Real Sex, and in Real Time with Bill Maher, and all this really just disgusting it's just fucking disgusting. And
Hey,
like
mommy, I watched the
when
Big Bird show, and then I watched the Bill Maher show.
hey, mommy, why is Grover pegging Elmo up the ass with a strap on? Oh, well, I'm sorry, but this is progressive programming here on HBO. Love it. Take it up the ass, bigot. That's pretty much what HBO is. Anyway, I'm done with this rant. I'm just getting upset and bummed out. You
All right,
had to
yeah.
bring up You had to bring up Sesame Street. Now I'm sad.
But yeah, we gotta fucking wrap this up here, folks. Thank you all for listening. If you actually fucking made it this far.
Oh yeah. I hope you made it this far because it was a good one. It was a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So Mo, where can our listeners find you, sir?
They can find me at twitch.tv/MoDiggity. They can find me at the MoCast, all one word, at Twitter. MoDiggity42 on YouTube and Instagram. And if you want to support any of the stuff that me and Riley or like if that I'm on or that I'll do with Riley, you can go to patreon.com/Mosai Productions. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Shit. You can find me on Twitter.
You blew it.
God damn it. You can find, you can find me on Twitter at Riley Tweets. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Riley Streams, where today I did a stream of the game Your Turn to Die that was pretty entertaining, but also my computer fucking couldn't handle it. There was a lot of technical difficulties. So, a
Ruh-roh.
double-edged sword there. It was me, my buddy Jason, and Tomas doing voices for Your Turn to Die, which is a visual novel. And it was fun for how much it actually fucking worked. But then there's brain. Pixels, Polygons, and Fun, wherever podcasts are found. I haven't been on in a couple weeks. Hopefully I'll be back on soon. Pokemon Variety Hour, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And if you're watching this on Big Guy, Little Guy, please check out the Riley Podcast mega feed, link in the description. That's where you'll find this show, along with all the other shit I do, podcast-wise, that isn't tied to, like, Pixels Media or to whatever Mo does, Mo Side Productions, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Separate. Riley does the MoCast with me.
I do the MoCast with you, yes. But all the podcasts I do that aren't part of Pixels Media or Mosai Productions, you can find them in the Riley Podcast mega feed. And if you're listening on the Riley Podcast mega feed, please subscribe to the Big Guy Little Guy YouTube channel, link in the description. It has been inactive for a few weeks. I'm quite aware. I'm very much aware of this, but hopefully once Andrew sort of gets back in the swing of things, we'll be able to get Big Guy Little Guy back rolling, along with having him on this show again. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the plugs, so I think it's about time to say goodbye to the folks at home. Thank you for listening. I've been Riley. Oh shit, we're supposed to do the thing. My issues were Disney and school detractors and not being transparent.
And my issues were nostalgia and saying I love you.
Alright, thank you all for listening. See you later.